The Washington Wizards. The Washington Wizards might be good. Guys, let's just type in Wizards. The Washington Wizards might be good. Wizards potential starting 5. There's a screen of, okay, right here. Wizards select AJ Dybantsa with the first overall pick. Trae Young, Keyshawn George, AJ Dybantsa, Anthony Davis, Alex Sarr. I'm not saying anything crazy. I'm not saying championship contender. But the Washington Wizards have been irrelevant for so long. So long. Like, even the John Wall, Bradley Beal years, they weren't relevant. They failed to put a team around those guys for so long, right? And then Bradley Beal himself was there, just averaging 30 points per game, losing every season. And wasted his whole career there, kept re-signing there. Nobody could figure out why, and now he's just a throw-in in trades because his contract was so bad. This is the best Washington Wizards team since... Oh my God, since when? This is the best Washington Wizards team since, what, early 2000s Gilbert Arenas? This is the best Washington Wizards team since early 2000s Gilbert Arenas. I don't expect Anthony Davis to stay healthy because nobody should ever expect Anthony Davis to stay healthy. But AJ Dybantsa is not a player that's going to need any development time at all. Trae Young has a chip on his shoulder. He has something to prove. Alex Sarr came around last season a lot. I don't think he's talked about enough. He gave Joel Embiid, and Joel Embiid's cooked. Don't get me wrong. But Alex Sarr gave Joel Embiid 13 points in a first quarter in a Sixers versus Wizards matchup. I mean, he was absolutely cooking Joel Embiid's face off in the paint. Turn around, pivot, step through, hook shot, fade away. He was giving him the business. This Washington Wizards team is a 45-win team next season. They're going to be a lot of fun to watch. It's good. When's the last time you were like, let's watch a Washington Wizards game? You know what I'm saying? And Anthony Davis, somebody said Anthony Davis needs to retire. He actually wants a max extension, which is crazy. That's like Joel Embiid right now asking for a max extension, and he played 30 games, the 60 games in 2 years and 4 playoff games. But absolute A+ for the Washington Wizards. I can't disagree with that at all. Darren Peterson, Utah Jazz. I love this so much. I love this so much because I predicted it. Because Danny Ainge, for those that don't know, the president of basketball operations of the Utah Jazz, former president of basketball operations of the Boston Celtics, who fleeced the 76ers countless times, who fleeced the Brooklyn Nets how many times, who even sold Mikal Bridges for 5 first-round picks somehow. That might have been Brad Stevens. But Danny Ainge has just been a Don Corleone of NBA executives for a long time. He just gets shit done. He traded Rudy Gobert for 5 first-round picks. How the did he do that? He took over the Jazz, unloaded Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell for like 9 first-round picks. And now they are building a roster that is looking stacked. And we're going to look at it. But the first thing I want to say is this. What did I say to you guys? What did I say to you guys when the rumor came out that Darren Peterson was only working out for the Washington Wizards? And Darren Peterson thought he was the for sure number 1 overall draft pick, which I thought was funny because I thought it was definitely Dybantsa. And I thought, I respect the confidence of Darren Peterson, but a little bit of arrogance there, right? What did I say when the rumor came out? Darren Peterson's camp does not want to be drafted by Utah. Do you remember when Ace Bailey's camp said the same thing? The Sixers last year with the Ace Bailey stuff stayed away. They were like, he said he doesn't want to come here. We don't want to deal with the headache. We're out. They go VJ Edgecombe at number 3. Another team passed. The Charlotte Hornets passed on Ace Bailey, but they already have Brad Miller, so a little bit of redundancy there. But Ace Bailey fell. Danny Ainge said, you don't want to come here? Well, that's not how it works. I'm in charge here. You're coming here. You're playing here. He drafted Ace Bailey. A year later, Darren Peterson, hey, Utah, I don't want you to draft me. Danny Ainge was like, do you know who you're fucking with? I was going to do a Don Corleone impression. What did I do for you to disrespect me like this? You walk in, you don't even call me the Don. Danny Ainge said, yeah, I don't care what you say. I got the second pick in the draft. I'm not passing up on a talent like that. You're coming and playing in Utah. Welcome to 2% beer, buddy. Welcome to Mormons, cattle, and 2% beer, my guy. You're coming and playing in Utah. And he drafts Darren Peterson. And now let's look at the Utah Jazz situation. Because this team is looking crazy stacked. And they stacked the deck a little bit. And I'm not going to say it's unfair, because OKC did the same thing when they were intentionally losing games when they traded for Al Horford and then sat him healthy for a whole season. They did the same thing. But the Jazz, they stacked the deck a little bit. 2026-27 Utah Jazz. Darren Peterson, Jaren Jackson Jr., Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler, Ace Bailey, Keontae George, Isaiah Collier, Kyle Filipowski. Even last season, when they were sitting healthy guys, when they were sitting Jaren Jackson Jr., and everybody's like, is he hurt? When they were sitting, when they'd be up in the fourth quarter and they would bench Jaren Jackson Jr. and Lauri Markkanen, why they got fined $500,000 by the NBA, right? Even then, this dude right here, Isaiah Collier, and Keontae George were out there going for like 30 apiece and still winning games. Then they started benching those guys. They were like, we can't tank the way we want to tank. If these dudes are going to keep dropping 30 and winning games, they started sitting those guys healthy. They said, we'll just play Ace Bailey for the rest of the season. Ace Bailey said, okay, fine, and drops back-to-back 40-point games. And I remember all the Lauri Markkanen talk for years, right? And everybody always thought he would be available from Utah. And the only rumors I remember coming out was Danny Ainge is asking an unrealistic price for Lauri Markkanen. And he won't trade Lauri Markkanen unless the offer absolutely wows him. And I would always say in the Lauri Markkanen talk, at what point do the Jazz keep a guy and build around him? They're not going to rebuild forever. Danny Ainge saw Lauri Markkanen, his age, what he brings to the table, and decided, this is the guy I'm building around. And now now they add Darren Peterson, and next season they bring back everybody that was magically healthy at the end of last season. And this team might do some damage. This team might do some damage. Darren Peterson, Jaren Jackson Jr., Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler, Ace Bailey, Keontae George, Isaiah Collier, Kyle Filipowski. Look at this post right here. This is interesting, too. A lot of people thought they weren't going to take Darren Peterson because they just drafted Ace Bailey. A lot of people thought they were going to go Cam Boozer because you want Ace Bailey to start to flourish in his second year and maybe be in the starting lineup, and maybe, you know, one of the reasons Ace Bailey's camp didn't want to go to Utah is because they wanted the fastest route to superstardom. They wanted a team where he's going to have the ball the whole game. He got that at the end of last season. He's not going to get that this upcoming season. Now it says after starting, T. Jones NBA, after starting 61 of 72 games last season, Ace Bailey is likely to come off the bench for the Jazz next season. Utah and its fans can finally start putting together what their team is going to look like. The front court, led by Lauri Markkanen and Jaren Jackson Jr., is athletic and deep. The bench, which will likely be led by Ace Bailey and Isaiah Collier, is ready to add depth to the group overall. You got Ace Bailey and Isaiah Collier coming off your bench. The Jazz stacked the deck, man. Don't sleep on this team. Don't sleep on this team at all. And don't ever doubt the Don of NBA executives, Danny Ainge. What do you guys think there? Do you guys think there could possibly be some kind of pushback from Ace Bailey here? I'm not sure who his agent is anymore. I remember all the draft drama that Ace Bailey had before he got drafted with his agent Omar Cooper. He fired him, by the way. The right NBA people started talking to Ace Bailey and got him to fire his dumbass agent who was causing all the trouble. So I don't know if he has an agent right now. I think he does. I don't. It's definitely not Rich Paul. But I can imagine Ace Bailey is not going to be happy coming off the bench with the initial, desires to be on a team where he's going to get the ball all the time. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to watch the Utah Jazz this upcoming season. It'll be interesting to see, how they handle all of that.